And really the main reason is it's simple. It's just the economy. When you're a farmer, you want to get the best price for your product. Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm Mike with Fowler Family Farm. So me, Tanya, and Braxton just got back from church camp on Friday. We were there for a full week, well, 5 days, Monday through Friday. And it wore us out. I mean, we were exhausted, so we've been taking it easy for the past 48 hours. But I do want to give you guys a quick update video on what's been going on the farm. I haven't videoed out here in a week since last Sunday. So I did put up this fence here. This is five strand poly wire, and this is my buck pen. So this extended my buck pen quite a bit. It's way bigger than it used to be. I'm not using any of the Premier One fence over here anymore, and that's because I put it over there where I separated the little doelings. So I'll take you over there at the very end and show you that. I really like it. I think y'all like that too. It's pretty cool. So we'll show you that here at the end of the video. But I do want to just give you a quick view of this real quick. All the goats are in the shade right there. Silas is right there, and then the goats are over in this area. They have already eaten most of this down, so I'm gonna have to move it pretty quick. There's still quite a bit that they can eat. Oh, Silas is gonna come say hi. Hey, buddy. And they already respect this fence. I don't know if it shows up very well. Here, let me get over here. Maybe it'll show up a little better. Yeah, it shows up a little better on this side. So that bottom strand's about 5 inches off the ground, and then it's just 5 inches, and then 6 inches, and then 6 inches, and then a foot. So, or somewhere in there. This top one's right at 36. I don't know if that all adds up, but it's something like that. But they have not tested it, and none of them have gotten that. Well, they probably have tested it and probably got shocked, but they stay away from it now. But you can tell they get right up on it to eat. Like that green grass right there is shorter on the side of the fence than the other side of the fence. So walk down this way a little bit. We did burn this little gully right here. This is where all of our water drains. So you can see kind of where we've burned. Still need to burn it a little bit more probably. What do you think, Silas? Don't touch it with your tail. There's Mega. Let me zoom in on him. So he's the top goat over here now. Then after him it would be Cowboy, and Cowboy's not far behind him. Cowboy may actually weigh more than him, believe it or not. Hi, chickens. So our fence and our chicken pen are right by each other. So there's 2 more goats right over there. Let me zoom in on that. There's 2 right there. Can't really see them both. Then the 2 twins, first one's born this year, are right here. So that's a total of 6. So I did move Chip in with the females, with the does. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit. And then I did lose one of our males, one of our bucklings that we moved over here. He just could not make it. He just struggled. I medicated him over and over. He'd get better one day and then worse the next day. And it just kept going back and forth. Finally caught up to him, but I medicated him, did the best I could. You guys notice I haven't shaved in about 8 days. Feels good not to shave. I have to shave tomorrow. Another thing I want to talk about, the day we got home Friday, we actually got a 1/4 inch of rain, and I'll put in some video right here that I shot with my cell phone. I'll put that in real quick. So we got about a 1/4 inch. It's better than nothing. Not complaining. So yeah, we got a 1/4 inch of rain. The winds were high. It came down pretty quick, so it didn't really get to saturate into the ground like I wish it would have. But hey, I'm not complaining. We got rain. We've needed it for a long time. It's been, I think they said it was 51 days out here without rain. 51 days straight. Okay, so I'm gonna take you over here where the does are. We'll go take a look at them, see how they're all doing. Show y'all Jenny and Yelena. Our ponds are still down, even though we got a 1/4 inch. I didn't do much good. All right, let's take a look at the goats and the dogs. Oh, you've been in the mud, girl. Look at you. Did you like it? Does it help cool you off? Oh yeah, I guess so. How about you, Jenny? No? You don't want to be in the mud? So anytime I come out here through the goat pasture or any of the goat pens, I always top their water off, even if it looks like they've got plenty of water to make it the next day or two. I still top it off, give them fresh water. We finally added some dirt right here over our pipe so we can drive our 4-wheeler and stuff across without having to go right through here. But that's where all of our field water from up here drains down in this direction through this pipe. Okay, so I've got 10 does over here, 10 mamas, and then I've got Chip over here. Chip's right in the middle of it. If you guys remember back from our videos from last year when we put Chip in with the does and Megatron in with the does were the boss. They controlled everything. They were picking on the bucks. But this year, Chip had none of that. He wasn't going to put up with it. It was kind of funny. But he's been in complete control over here. They don't mess with him, of course, now. But he's bigger than all of them this year. So he's just gotten older. That's just how it's going to go now. So they are all looking really, really good. Really healthy. Their coats look good. None of them have had a baby on them in over a week. Some of them it's been like almost a month because we pulled the boys off earlier than the little doelings. We pulled the little bucklings off a little bit quicker, sooner. What do you think, Chip? Are they all pregnant already? Yeah, they're all looking really, really good. So he's with Bottle Cap right there, and I noticed when I came home from work today, he was with Bottle Cap as well. So I think she's the one he's given all his attention to today. Maybe even yesterday and tomorrow even. So I did get a comment a couple of videos back about why am I not splitting the does up, giving half of them to Megatron, half of them to Chip. And normally I would do that. That would be that's what I did last year. That's what I normally would do. That way each buck gets, gets their chance. And then that also splits up what I can do when those babies grow up old enough, like these babies over here, when they grow up enough to be bred. But I didn't have enough of pens built, and I would have had to move half of these does over to where Megatron is, and I already had my bucklings over there, and I can't get rid of my bucklings now until the middle of September. And that's because we're in such extreme heat and drought that our cells are closed until mid-September. So I don't have an opportunity to sell these goats, these bucklings, until mid-September. So normally I would have already got rid of all these bucklings and sold them, but that's not happening this year until September. So if I wanted to move Megatron in with some does, I would have had to build a whole new pen, and I just didn't have time to do it. So this year is just going to be an exception where I moved Chip in and he gets all the does this year. That way I can keep Megatron and all the bucklings in one pen. I don't have to build a second one, or a third one really. Okay, so here is what I've done with the doelings. All 8 of them are over here, and they're all looking very good. And they're eating this grass down pretty good. They still have plenty to eat over here. These girls won't go hungry at all. They're all looking really, really good though. Here's the Premier One fence. There's their water. We got 2 different waterers over here. Plus, they actually drank out of the pond down there too, if y'all see the pond. But if you'll notice, the Premier One fence also has the polywire, 5-strand polywire inside of it. And the main reason I did that is because I want to keep Chip out. Not necessarily to keep the does in, which I do want the does to stay in, these doelings. But I do not want Chip to get in there and get these girls pregnant. They're too little. A lot of them could be bred probably by November, I would bet. And so I want to have Chip out by then, but I still don't want to take that chance of him getting in here. So he will respect this Premier One fence probably. There's still a chance that if these girls are in heat, that he gets through this fence, but I'm just taking my chances right now. I don't think he'll bust through it. I don't think he'll jump it. I don't think he'll go through it. But some of the mamas come over here and check on their babies every once in a while. So this fence gave me a headache, especially the first 5 polywire fence. I set it up hoping that would work. And I've got some video I'm going to run for you here in a minute of me putting in this polywire thinking it was going to do the job with these does and their moms on the other side of the fence, and it did not work. You'll see in this video. Okay, so we have done the first, or the bottom insulator on every post, and then we did this second one already. You just wrap it around, come up, and then wrap it. And we've already got all of our step-in stakes in place. Some of my ground's really hard, so I actually had to use a sledgehammer, a little small sledgehammer. This may be too high, so we may have to work on this. That's probably about 8 inches off the ground. That's because of the slope. So Tanya is already walking.
You're gonna have to thread that one all the way down low.
So she's on number 2 still.
Okay. Skipping one or no?
Not on this one, we won't. There you go. Now that we have all this in place, it should be fairly quick. Okay, we got everything pulled tight. It is 5 strands, 5 wires. This end right here is my steepest incline, and it's the furthest separation between the bottom wire right here and the ground. That's probably I don't know, probably 8 inches. So I'm probably going to have to go ahead and put some more of these push-in stakes just to keep it pulled down. And then if you'll follow up the hill, right at the top of the hill obviously would be my closest to the ground. And that's probably 2 inches right there, and I'm just going to have to make sure all this stays off of the wire. So I loaded up all the babies. There's 8 girls here. Y'all can't really see in there very well. All 8 babies are in here. They were boogers to get in there. They were boogers to catch. So I've only put 1 goat in here. I think you just saw it. Hasn't touched the fence yet. Kind of curious. And the reason I chose this one is she's my youngest female, her and her sister. So if they get out and stay with their mama, that's fine. I could probably let them stay another 2 weeks. But we're just going to follow her and see what happens. Oh, shoot. That's what happened. She's out. Okay, so the first one and this one are sisters. Let's see what she does. She hears her mama and her sister. Here we go. They're touching it and it's not doing much, so I think that 4,000 is not really, I don't think it's doing much to them. Yep, all right. Well, as you see, the fence is a good fence. I mean, it should hit them. I'm just not getting it, it's just not powerful enough. So I'm gonna have to go see what's causing this to ground out and try it on a couple more before I just let them all out. And then I got the bright idea to go ahead and just add the Premier 1 fence on top of it. That way I have double, and they have respected that. They're actually staying in, and the mamas are staying, you know, the mamas aren't gonna come up on the fence either. So that's gonna get the job done. All I've gotta worry about really is Chip getting in there. And hopefully he's out of here before those girls would be able to get pregnant, but we'll see. So this little doe here is Coconut. Y'all probably know the names of most of these if y'all followed us during the last kidding season. But like I said, that's Coconut. The brown and white one sitting down is Caramel. We call her Cara. The black and white one standing up right here is Trixie. Nutmeg, cinnamon, or nutmeg, spice, sugar. White one's Sugar. Dadgummit. The furthest brown one over there is Starlight. Oh, root beer and cream soda. Nutmeg and spice. No, sugar and spice, not nutmeg. We left nutmeg out this year. We're going to use it probably this next coming season. And this is Coconut's mama right here. You got some flies on you, girl. Do we need to spray y'all? I think we do. And if you'll notice, none of my doelings have ear tags. I don't know what I was thinking. I completely spaced ear tags this year. So I will have to get that done in the next set of days off I have. So probably next weekend I'm going to ear tag all these does, or all these doelings. Which ear tagging at this point is difficult because they're harder to catch. Usually I can catch them when they're small. You know, within a week old I can catch them. They don't run from you. But this age, yeah, it's gonna be a chore. So I'll get that done this weekend. I'll probably video a little bit of that because it gets pretty funny when I start chasing goats. Well, as you can see, Chip's getting the job done. Nuka's probably already pregnant. She's standing for him, so she is probably already pregnant. She was actually our first goat this past season to give birth, but the baby was born dead. It was a miscarriage type deal, and she only had a single. So mark it down today. Probably 150 days from now, she'll probably be having a baby. Okay, so before we get off of here, I want to address another question we had in the comments not too long ago. And that is, why aren't we putting Chip in so soon? Like, why aren't we waiting a month or two? And really the main reason is it's simple. It's just the economy. When you're a farmer, you want to get the best price for your product. When that price is at a certain time of the year, you have to fluctuate to that time of year. So if I have my kids in like the mid-December range, I can sell them when they're 4.5 to 5 months around mid-April, 1st of May, and that's typically when you get your best price for your goats, April and May. When I had my goats this past year in March and April, they're just now the size I need to have them to sell. And the price is usually midsummer, late summer is your worst price. So it all comes down to the economy and your best price. So that kind of dictates when you want to have your kidding season. Let me show you the baby kittens. Okay, y'all, that's going to wrap this video up. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you're not subscribed yet, please go down and hit that subscribe button, follow us, hit the like button, and leave us a comment. We'll see you guys on the next video. Remember, do the good.
At the Fowler family farm, come along and ride with us through this life's journey we go through. At the Fowler family farm, oh, at the Fowler family farm. Come along and ride with us through this life's journey we go through. At the Fowler family farm, oh, through this life journey we go through. At the Fowler